Hello, welcome to my VGlace channel. Today I am going to explain getting start to VGlace English version. Firstly, I would like to show you rough overview. The first thing to start is this window. It's called the VGlace controller. You can choose glass material from the list of this panel. I will choose the first one as a glass material. There are options like this, but we plan to add more materials in the future. When you choose one of these, comment will appear like this. I also choose the material for the mold in this list. Please take a look at this portion. Two buttons are placed here. First one is to start mesh creation software and another is to start result display software. In English version, free software called ParaView is used as post-processor. ParaView is free software. It is the software which is used in various places around the world. It has many functionalities and is basically in English. Also, it works not only on Windows but on Mac. We provide ParaView data, so you can work around various data from VGlace results on ParaView software. The VGlace Mesh software screen comes up. Now I'm pressing this button. These numbers are the amount of memory secured. There are a number of 1, 2, 3, but I think the first one is fine. Sometimes it is necessary like number 2 and number 3. For example, you are dealing with large size model. I think you'll be fine in this first place usually. VGlace Mesh has been started. To generate complete model, press the Make All button. VGlace Mesh has been started. To generate complete model, press the Make All button. As a feature of the software, first of all, there are some template models in this parameter window. You can change any parameter and attributes of the shape from this parameter window. It will be in the form of calculating this model as the spherical shape, which means ball shape. I will set the vertical ratio value as 0.5. Press the Make All button. Then the shape of vertical ratio changes 50%. This is the form. I will use it like this. Currently, in the English version, there are two models as a template model. First one is the spherical model and another is the meniscus model. We have a model here. It's a model of the meniscus. These buttons are the template models. Based on this template model, you can change any parameter and obtain suitable model under certain model conditions. And then you can calculate the model. In this view, drag the mouse with press any button. Then it rotates like this, and parallel translation is to click here to move. Scaling is this button, plus or minus. This button is the fit, which means auto scale. When aligning the direction, press the upper left button like this to change direction. Well then, this model actually, I would like to change parameters and calculate. Before that, I would like to briefly introduce it here. Both displacement control and load control are possible. You can choose at displacement. The loading portion of this die is the top side of the upper die and bottom side of the lower die. It is said that only the same value is applied to both sides. The displacement control calculation is better than load control generally in terms of the stability. On the other hand, the force control is more practical. Displacement control is more stable. So today I would like to demonstrate with displacement control. The rest is the shape parameters. For example, let's change the shape here. This is the diameter of the glass. The red part is the glass. It will be so the blue part will be the die. I will change some of parameters of this list. The upper die diameter changes to 21, the lower as well as 21. This is the radius of curvature. Let's make this a little bigger. If you make all as 35, It will look like this. This is the shape, then this mesh. But this part is a little rough, set the mesh to 5. The mesh changes like this. And this middle direction is now a little. Try dividing it into 6 parts to speed up the calculation. This will reduce the number of elements, so the calculation is faster. In the bottom, the number of nodes and the number of elements are out now: 2,166 elements and 1,429 nodes. The main ones are this shape, and this is the mesh division. We'll make this change too. And with the input displacement, it's the temperature. From this graph, you can see the current temperature 580 to 100 at 580. Keep in then, slow cooling. The displacement at this time is 3 mm up by 100 seconds. 3 mm down, and the bottom table up 1.5 mm. The upper die is 1.5 mm below. Lower die only 1.5 mm gas, or 3 mm above. It is set to be crushed. This is it. For example, although it is 580, after keeping at 580 here is it's 500, you said you changed this temperature, for example, 500 if you want to change to 450. Use this, by the way. I will enter put 450 equal to this to the graph I would like to draw your attention to. In this way it will be reflected. Let's put it back for now. Then in this state, I would like to run the calculation. At the output you can save it anywhere, so for now, name it test. Not to mention then below a calculation execution panel will appear. In this state home, and this state executes when the button is pressed. Like this, a DOS window pops up. How to calculate indicate actually. Another DOS window is this mesh creation software. It was open when I started. And this is all the time it's working behind the scenes when the calculation result comes out. Convert the result into a form that can be read into ParaView. I'm working on a converter that converts. If you look at the bottom left, it is currently number 1. But the first result is ended first one written. If I wait like this for a while in order, the calculation result is written, and now the second is it was written. But it looks like this right in order, and finally 99 results are written out. Dose of execution of this calculation. The window is ARM and is one time division. This is when the calculation is progressing smoothly. 10 minus cube in a number of degrees it's going to change. But this is if it becomes extremely small. Is not a calculation is very not too long ago that it was getting difficult. I have a problem with a model that gets stuck. Sometimes it's simply in some cases. It is difficult to calculate increase. The far right is the total time. Is set in the model earlier. For example here by 100 seconds keep the temperature up to 100 seconds, and in the meantime pressing the die and then crushing it, so if you can reach 100 here when it comes to the end of crushing. It starts from there in the form of cooling for up to 260 seconds. I've gone up to 4 now, so here I would like to see a little progress along the way, but please open this where I saved it earlier, this test well. The test, and there is a folder called a test_pb folder 2 is being created. Its here pair of the result is saved in a form that can be read by the view. It is stress and temperature, and there will be two folders called first of all. With this software called GraphR, I would like to see the reaction force. Here please open horizontal axis is time, vertical axis is reaction force. Like this. Time and reaction force relationship is displayed as a graph. If you reload this appropriately, every time I get a result I think they will be added has increased. Now you can see the reaction force like this. Then have a look at the folder of the results we just saved. Masu in this meniscus. This will be the result holder, a place called reaction force. Well, apart from this graph you read earlier, there is another one of reaction force. This is well simply like this in CSV format. To why is it listed this way? If you could write a graph in Excel the reaction force, it means that it can be graphed. After that there is a folder called list_edge, but this is edge_glass. Is this glass of surface nodes? I got the coordinates. It's a node on the glass surface. X coordinate, Y coordinate, and square it, add and root. There is something I got, but with this R between 2 of Z. If you write the club, it will be a glass like this of the surface of this means that the coordinates can be obtained. So this and number 8 this time, it's the stand. Number 8 on the die upper side of the graph. Let me draw a graph for you too. If you give in this way, the surface of the die, since we can take the coordinates, these, if you can see the positional relationship between them, I am getting this result in the sense that increase. Well then, 10 pieces free software called Software ParaView. Start here for free download, can be installed on any PC, so install accordingly and see the result here. I hope you can take a look. I will open the results so far of the meniscus test _PV is the place where stress is in this. Another one called temperature from this to one folder is result folder in ParaView. In this it's open and apply. It will be displayed like this, and how to display is with edge like this, and the result. Some results have been obtained looking at the maximum principal stress. From maximum principal I will see this is number 1, this color, it's not good. So please reselect here. Rainbow's blue to red. Is this animated by when you call? I feel like this. If you set this range to auto here, I think it will be a color that is easy to see. Still the first there are only 10, so it doesn't look that good if you don't. It's a feeling. But it's here. It is also possible to take out only the glass. Moreover, since this is already a function of ParaView separate operating instructions, although it would be better for you to investigate that button, then press apply. You can only see it here. Over here surface with edge 2. In this, if you run here, you can only see through the glass. It's like that. I'm up to 13 now. Since the temperature has not yet been included in the cooling, I think that the temperature remains constant. So I will check it after the calculation is completed. To cancel the highlighted selection, press the trash can button here. It takes a little time to calculate, so leave it as it is. Leave me alone again after the calculation is finished. Check the result. I would like to continue. I would like to end here. Thank you for watching.